Good morning. Let's get ready for the day while we chat content creation, while I get ready to create some content. And I promise to be brutally honest with you guys if you promise to not come for me. I started creating content or even thinking of it as like a career choice in 2020. I had a friend who was an influencer in town, so I'd ask her a lot of questions. And I used to work for Jake's business as an administrative assistant. Then we had the twins, so I stayed home for 2 years. We were gonna put the twins in preschool and he said, okay, do you wanna come back to work? And I said, no. My girlfriend gave me a few pieces of advice, but it was really like learn as you go every single day. I first started out doing like photo carousels, lifestyle. It was also kind of the perfect storm because it was COVID and everybody was home all the time. So I had the freedom to kind of experiment around with wanting to work in social media because I didn't have to go to a 9 to 5. But I did have 4 kids at home in the middle of COVID, so it wasn't easy. During COVID, nobody was going anywhere and we had a large family, so we would have our family over a lot. Hey darling, I'm in here. I just sent Audrey on an errand for me. So we'd have our family over a lot and I would make these like big charcuterie boards and try to make things fun for the kids, snack boards by the pool. And every time I made one of those, I would try to post a photo of it because it kills 2 birds with 1 stone. And those were the things that got the most traction for me on my page. So I started leaning out of lifestyle, fashion, the traditional influencer, and more into like food, fun, party, family. Right around the time that Instagram released Reels. And for some reason, I got picked to be one of the first ones to use Reels. And so I just randomly jumped on it. They started pushing my content. I told myself that I would work content creation as a full-time job every single day for a year, but if I didn't enjoy it, I'd look for something else. I just kind of stuck to the same formula of Reels that centered around hosting big family parties, events, things that brought me joy, and that's just what continued to grow. And I want to say like 2.5 to 3 years ago, my management team said that I should start reposting those videos onto TikTok, but TikTok was like a scary world for me because I wasn't even on it personally. So I did that and just kind of referred to my TikTok as my recycling bin, but didn't create any TikTok only content. At that time, Cecily and I would talk every single day on the phone, and I was saying that I love my Instagram, but it just feels very impersonal because I wasn't talking to people. I was just sharing ideas. And so I really wanted to dive into TikTok just to share more about like everyday life and who I actually am and speak. January 2023 is when I really started posting everyday life on TikTok. I have really loved it. I feel like there's a sense of community here that is just unlike any other platform. And then when I moved to Nashville is when I switched to my current management team. I love that they are local and that Cecily is also there. We get to do a lot of like really fun events and things together because of it. How I've seen social media change over the last 4 years. Video is just like more engaging and almost feels like a mini reality TV show, which is why I think people love it so much. I do think photo is coming back around though, just because it's so like vibey and aesthetic. And I love photo, but I just don't translate well in photos. Meaning like I don't know how to pose. I'm not that girl, but I'll try to be that girl. The reality of being a content creator that not a lot of people talk about is how time consuming it is. I have the best job in the world. I love that I get to live life at home with my kids and make content. I do feel torn a lot. Every time I open up my phone, it somehow dives back into work. So setting boundaries and saying like, no, I'm not going to click even on this app right now is really important. I have an assistant. I have a virtual assistant for LTK stuff. And I still probably work 60 to 70 hours a week. And I'm not saying that to feel bad for me. This is an amazing position to be in. I'm incredibly thankful. But if you want to do this, know that you will be spending a lot of time on your phone. Another reality that not a lot of creators like to talk about though is the money behind it. The pay is wild. The amount of money that you think your favorite creators are making per month, they are probably making more. But at the same time, I do kind of get it. The way that people used to be influenced to buy things was commercials, and that's when we were watching TV and didn't have the option to fast forward. Now everybody's on their phones on social media. So your organic content that you post every single day is kind of like a TV show. Collabs that you do are kind of like a commercial. So for the companies that want to collab with a creator who they like their TV show, their channel, think of the cost of what it would have been to create a commercial. To rent space, they have to have a director, a writer, actors, wardrobe, makeup, hair, editing. They have to pay for the time slot on the TV. Content creation is a way to get that same kind of commercial, not on the same level, on a social media platform where people are getting millions of views. But in terms of like how much money creators make, let's just say that my husband owns his family business, 40-year-old financial firm. We were projected this year that my content creation would make more than the than the business. But I also do have employees, I have expenses. It's not like that's all take home. It's just like running a business. Thinking about my kids down the line going to school, I always want to be really cognizant of what their friends might say to them. We are very pro sheltering our kids from social media. We did career day with the twins. I sat for 5 minutes trying to explain what Instagram is to a bunch of 5-year-olds because the twins have no idea what Instagram is. They have no idea what I do for a job. And then the teacher, and she's like, do you guys know what Instagram is? And almost all of the kids rose their hand except for my kid. I really want to keep it that way. And also just being very cognizant of what I share about our family. Very centric on like a relationship between you and I and not necessarily focused on my kids. What do I do next? I feel like I forgot a step. What advice do I have? It's all about consistency and finding what you love to create and really honing in on that skill. And I hate the first 50 posts that you post. They're not going to be perfect. Be really, really authentic to you. Find videos that you love to create and are something that you're doing every day anyways. My favorite videos to create are cleaning videos because I knock 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm cleaning my house and I'm creating a piece of content. On TikTok, I like to go with like a small, medium, large approach. I try to do a large video, which is like a vlog, a get ready with me. That takes a lot of time to not only film, but also edit. A medium video would be like a recipe that I film for Instagram that I also share over here. A cute moment that I'm having with a friend or family, something that takes me 10 minutes to film, 5 minutes to edit. And a small would be like a trend, a dance, an outfit. Instagram, it varies so much. Figuring it out for me, but everybody's different, I feel like, over there. I personally would say start on TikTok first just because I feel like it's more authentic. Don't be afraid of like being embarrassed or posting things or commenting on other people's videos. Knowing when to ask for help or when you need help. I knew I needed a management team when I had brands reaching out to me and I didn't know how to negotiate contracts. I knew I needed assistance when my work time was bleeding over into my family time in the evening. And needing help is okay. And having fun with it. It is a job, but it is so fun. And make it fun. Post videos that make you happy, even if they don't do well, especially if they don't do well. But definitely the biggest takeaways are being consistent. It doesn't happen overnight. Refine how you want to portray your authentic self online. This might be like a 9-minute video. Oh well. And also knowing that there's room in this industry for so many people. I hate the competitive notion that sometimes people believe. Like, there is no competitiveness. I love lifting up other creators because there's so much space here. At the end of the day, I'm really, really thankful for you. I'm thankful for being here. Thankful that this gets to be my job. It leaves me in awe. And so I'm thankful. And now I am gonna go build a DIY flower bar for some content for my April showers series that I'm doing. And then we're gonna do something really fun with all of the flowers that I have left over afterwards. So I've gotta get going. I hope you guys have the best day. I love you. Bye. Oh my gosh, I forgot so much. Let me know if you want a part 2.